Hey everyone, so shadow smocking. I am so excited to release this video. This is the first method that I'm showing you how to do shadow smocking. I have another method in the works and both have their benefits. This method is better when you know where you like the placement of your shadow smocking. So in my case, I know I like overlapping hearts around the neckline of this bishop dress. So I put my bishop dress together as I showed in my Children's Corner Gwen video, and I'll link that below. Then I got a scrap piece of batiste. Once I gave that a good ironing and ran it through my pleater, I adjusted the pleats to my liking. Then I went over to my computer and I looked for a heart shape that I like. Now this was during nap time, and for whatever reason our wireless printer is in the nursery, so I just traced my screen. Oh, and if you aren't aware, matching the control along with the plus sign will make your screen bigger, while the control along with the minus sign will make your screen smaller. So that's how I'm playing around with the sizes. Once I had my shape traced, I cut it out of some freezer paper. Now if you don't have freezer paper, I'm not sure it's worth buying just for this application. You can just pin your shape to your pleats instead. But the freezer paper does iron onto your fabric and stay in place nicely. Regardless, trace the shape out, and I'm using a water-soluble marker because I already have it. But with this method of shadow smocking, you could use any kind of marker you'd like. You'll only be able to trace the shape on top of the pleats, so when you stretch your shape out, you'll have these dots that need connecting. So you can connect all of your dots, and then you'll have this elongated shape. Then I traced that elongated shape onto some fabric that I could cut out. Again, this does not have to be a water-soluble marker. I pinned this onto a bunch of layers of my good fabric so I could cut them all out at once. Now you do have to be careful about pinning the fabric and holding it firmly so the layers don't move around on you. But of course you could cut them out one by one as well. I cut out enough so I didn't have to use the one with my pen marks on it. This blue marker is nice when you have to use it, but it has a habit of showing back up on you. It's kind of like that clingy friend you can't get rid of. Anywho, so I started in the middle of my bishop pinning these around. I used some starch to make things lie really flat, and that's the key here. You want your garment fabric and shadow shape fabric to lie really flat together, no gaps. Once I had everything laid out the way I liked it, I took it to my machine and ran a tiny zigzag with some lightweight thread. I think this was about 70 weight thread. And when I completed one heart, I would take it back to my ironing board and re-iron and starch as needed before zigzagging the next heart. And I can't emphasize that enough. The shape needs to lie really flat to your fabric, or else it'll be a hot mess when you go to pleat. Once I had all my shapes on my bishop, I ironed it again, and then I rolled it up on the dowel like normal. Ironing is so important here. I even did some touch-up ironings as I rolled it onto the dowel. Then I fed it through my pleater like normal, although Audrey did help me with this one. Oh, those little baby hands. I just love them. So this is the first method that I'm going to release on shadow smocking. I have a second method in the works, but seriously, how cool, right? So many different applications, so little time. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.